President Biden closed out his week meeting with several European allies in Berlin. The president used the overseas trip to urge continued Western support for Ukraine. He also discussed the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar and what it could mean for tensions in the Middle East.
The death of the leader of Hamas represents a moment of justice. He had the blood of Americans and Israelis, Palestinians and Germans and so many others on his hands. Let's also make this moment an opportunity to seek a path to peace, a better future in Gaza without Hamas.
CBS News national security contributor Sam Vinograd joins us now for our weekly national security wrap-up. So, Sam, what stood out to you from Biden's overseas trip?
Well, Lana, this was likely Biden's last trip to Europe as president. And while his time on the ground was short, he met with the president and chancellor of Germany and received the nation's highest honor. It is worth noting that Germany is a strong U.S. ally. Germany hosts about 39,000 U.S. troops, is a strong trading partner, and more. Now, the primary focus of his time in Germany was to solidify support for Ukraine. That really isn't a certainty as we head into the election, as Mr. Trump has not voiced steadfast support for continuing the level of U.S. security assistance to Ukraine that we're currently seeing. So while in Germany, President Biden also met with the leaders of what's called the European Quad, the leaders of the UK, France, Germany, and then President Biden himself. He reiterated support for Ukraine, and leaders also focused on the Middle East. In the first instance, because of the death of Yahya Sinwar, but also more broadly because of the ongoing conflict and the humanitarian situation on the ground in Gaza, Lana.
Well, let's go ahead and discuss the death of that Hamas leader, Yahya Sinwar, as well as the implications in the Middle East. You and I were live on air digesting the news as it was breaking. Now that there's been a little bit of time, what does it look like this is all going to mean for Hamas as an organization and, really importantly, for those ceasefire and hostage negotiations?
Well, Anna, even before the death of Yahya Sinwar, earlier this week, the United States announced it was sending a sophisticated missile defense system to Israel, along with about 100 U.S. service members to help support that air defense system. Shortly thereafter, the U.S. Secretary of Defense and U.S. Secretary of State sent really an unprecedented letter to Israeli government officials, indicating that unless there is more humanitarian aid allowed into Gaza, there could be a diminishment in U.S. security assistance. Then, of course, we had the death of Yahya Sinwar on Thursday. The United States is heralding this as a moment of justice, but also a potential opportunity for ceasefire negotiations. However, I must stress that the regime in Iran has called Yahya Sinwar a martyr, glorified his death, and indicated that the resistance would continue. Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu's far-right cabinet has not yet indicated that this is what's going to bring them to the negotiating table. So the two major players in this scenario, Israel and Iran, have not yet said whether this is a key indicator that they'll move to negotiate an end to the conflict.
Sam, I just want to follow up with you quickly on that. The fact that he's being described as a martyr is not surprising necessarily. Does that give you any indication, though, about where Hamas intends to take the next steps?
I think what Hamas intends to take as next steps are likely going to be dictated by Iran. Yahya Sinwar was incredibly close with the regime. Iran provides a significant amount of funding and weapons to Hamas, and Hamas has lost its key leaders, but still maintains thousands of foot soldiers and is likely looking to the regime in Iran for direction on where to go next.
All right, Sam Vinograd, thank you.